Hey all, welcome to this week's installment of the Crawford Institute of Pop Culture Collectibles. This week's video, we will not be going to the right, like we did the last couple of weeks, but instead we'll be heading towards the left, and it's going to be a favorite collection video. This week we're going to look at the Marvel Hot Toys figures. I am not a completist on this line. However, I do have quite a few, probably about 135 of them all together, starting with this shelf, which is sort of a Tony Stark workshop. You'll see Tony in different versions, wearing various outfits, including the suit-up gantry. You'll see the Hulkbuster and the extra arm he came with, as well as a number of different Iron Man suits. That Tony Stark there happens to be one of the early head sculpts that I just threw on a body with a suit back in the day. Around this side, you'll see some more of the workshop pieces. Tony in a couple more iterations. Now, we've got some space on this shelf, if you notice, for probably at least two or three more Iron Man suits. Which is good, because if we swing around here, we're going to show you where the rest of the figures are. In the blue section. And we're going to have to move some of these out if we're going to eventually have enough room for more. Now, if you've ever listened to the Hot Toy Cast, you know that Eamon and Jeff ask me fairly regularly, are you going to be buying this latest Iron Man? And I invariably say, no. Largely because I'm pretty Iron Man'd out. I can't imagine needing a lot of more versions. Although I'm keeping the door open, you never know. There might be something that really wows me. A couple of War Machines down here at the end. And we get into Black Widow. Now, I'm also pretty Black Widowed out, although I do think I might pick up the version in the white suit just to be different. And there's Daredevil and Ghost Rider. Some Wolverines. A couple Daredevils. Captain Marvel's not exactly the most posable figure. I also have the new Scarlet Witch Envision on pre-order, but I am not pre-ordering any of the other Doctor Stranges yet. I really like that Doctor Strange, and I haven't seen them do anything that strikes me as better yet. Some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Good old Stan Lee himself. A few villains. It's always good to have villains. Some newer Iron Man iterations, in case you thought those were all the Iron Men. And then Black Panther over here in the corner. The plan is to stay pretty current with Black Panther. I assume we'll get some more figures once Wakanda Forever is out. Guardians of the Galaxy, including the Stan Lee from his cameo in the second film. Good old Thor and his family members. I think I'm going to get Valkyrie and maybe the Thor Love and Thunder. Captain America, Winter Soldier. Some key variations there. Hawkeye, again, some key suit changes. Terrific Netflix Punisher, and a couple more villains. Now, the top shelf is a 22-inch shelf. Unlike the rest of their 16-inch shelves. And so you can get some bigger figures up there. There's the Ghost Rider with his bike and some Multiverse. Some of the newer additions to the collection. Along with a Spider-Man, at least one Spider-Man from each iteration, so that I have each actor's head sculpt. Another Winter Soldier to go with Falcon. And as we get down around the corner, we'll get into some other bigger figures. Again, thanks to this 22-inch shelf, there's plenty of room for Thanos and the Hulks. Another Stan Lee. There's a couple other odds and ends. We have the Thanos that had the floating chair, throne. Not my favorite because it's undersized, but I didn't really want to get rid of it. That's the box for the Silly Things Iron Man. You might have noticed him earlier. I wanted to keep that around handy. The Steve Rogers from the 2-pack is up on the shelf, but I wanted to keep the Captain America that came with him, so he's done in the box. And that's a Thor that I also wanted to keep extra and handy. So there you have it. That's the Hot Toys Marvel collection. About 135 figures with more to come. Thanks a lot and see you next week.